What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video of my F1 2016 mobile career mode. And today we have episode number 19 at the Monaco Grand Prix in season 2. Go and check out the Spanish Grand Prix if you haven't seen it already. Of course, the 2016 Spanish Grand Prix, we all know what happened there. There's some gameplay from that on the screen right now as a lap car of Carlos Sainz was being absolute nuisance and just refusing to get out of the way. But you all know how broken blue flags are in this game. Anyway, today's Monaco, where obviously as when we were driving as Nico Hülkenberg last season, we managed to win a race. So hopefully this can be something of a holy grail for us, as it's a very strong track for me, but also for the AI. So this should be very interesting. So without further ado, let's jump into the race.
Race day here in Monaco, and a circuit that requires real driver skill as well as concentration. Last night the Monte Carlo streets were full of revellers. Today they're cleared and ready for racing.
Welcome to the grid of the Monaco Grand Prix, and we're starting in P4 in a Red Bull and Mercedes checkerboard. Rosberg on pole, Ricciardo on the front row, and we're going to start on the ultra soft tyres because of course it's going to be a one stop here in Monaco, as we're now revving up to 5 red lights for the 2016 Monaco Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go. It's been a good start. We've got the jump on our teammate Daniel Ricciardo into turn 1. The two Mercedes almost cutting the corner through the pit exit. We go with the middle of both of them. Rosberg suddenly brakes. Hamilton squeezed me to the side of his teammate, and we almost sort of drifted through the corner there to get through both of them. Incredible. We tried to go at the middle of both of them and almost sort of drifted through the corner. Anyway, it's been a good start from us. We've managed to get ourselves up into P2, and now as we follow Nico Rosberg through the hairpin, the AI exceptionally slow through here, just grandma driving, and I still have no idea why to this day. It's very, very annoying actually, but we get a good exit there, and we're following the German through the tunnel. So it's been a decent start. It's just a shame my teammate Daniel Ricciardo has to have such a poor start. But anyway, now we're heading towards the Nouvelle chicane. I'm just going to sit behind the Mercedes for now and see if we can try and stick with him and let him drag us along. As we move all the way onto lap number 8. Yes, lap number 8. Ricciardo's already pitted. Rosberg hits the wall there. And I'm just wondering whether I want to pit this lap and go for the undercut on the German. Obviously, the undercut's not always the way to go around Monaco because track position is so important, as overtaking is notoriously difficult. Anyway, tyre wear's already kicking in. The ultra soft tyres are supposed to go for 9 laps. So I was tempted to pit this lap, but in the end I'm going to stay out for one more. I'm going to do what Rosberg is doing and just keep following him, because we have pulled away from Hamilton. And looking at the mini-map, the gap is huge. The drivers behind were only just going through the swimming pool. So, yeah, we've got a pretty monstrous gap to the cars. And now we're catching up to some lap cars. This is Pascal Wehrlein now in the manor. So that tells me that I want to pit this lap, because otherwise we're just going to spend too long squabbling and getting caught behind them. That's going to allow Hamilton to catch up. Anyway, into the tunnel we go then. Rosberg and Wehrlein are side by side. This could get very interesting. I obviously said in the intro that blue flags are broken. I actually have to brake there to avoid running into the back of both of them because of the overspeed. In the end, Rosberg gets round Wehrlein. Is he going to move out of the way for me? Of course he isn't, because blue flags are broken, and this is allowing Lewis Hamilton to catch back up to me. Into Tabac we go. I'm going to just have to send it there down the inside. That was a very brave move, and now we're already pulling away from Hamilton because the German was holding him up. So we are going to pit this lap, and we're going to fit a set of super soft tyres and go to the end of this Monaco Grand Prix. In we come to the pit lane then for our sole scheduled stop of this race. We're going on to the super soft tyres. Hopefully the boys can deliver me a good pit stop. 2.1 seconds, that's a great stop. But of course, we have the Red Bull pit crew this year, so we can get more used to that. And this is what really annoys me, the pit lane sort of release. There goes Vettel in P3. So if I was controlling it from as soon as we were from the pit exit, we would be out in P3 with just the 2 Mercedes ahead of us. See what I mean? Myself and the 2 Mercedes had already pulled out such a big gap on the other cars that we were just able to almost pit and rejoin in almost the same positions. So we've got Vettel ahead of me, Hülkenberg behind me. The 2 Mercedes are going to be miles ahead, of course, because they haven't pitted. It will be interesting to see if they will pit this lap, as we're now following the German through the hairpin. He's just so slow on those old ultra soft tyres. But he goes into a bit deep there, and I got a great exit. I managed to switch it back through the tunnel with side by side. I'm going to pick up the inside line. Vettel has to back out in the end and drop behind me. As now, you notice Rosberg is now behind Hamilton. That tells me that both Mercedes are in the pits. Here we go to the start finish straight. There's Hamilton on the pit exit. We are just going to be ahead of the Mercedes, and there is Nico Rosberg just up the road. So the Mercedes have both pitted, and in the end we haven't really gained anything by doing the undercut, which in a way is good, because it meant that we didn't lose any more time by being stuck in traffic, which is why it was crucial that we pitted when we did. So now thankfully we're still right behind Rosberg, who interestingly is on the soft tyre. So we're going to have the tyre advantage as well, certainly for the time being. I'm not sure what tyre Hamilton's gone on to, but I guess we'll find out soon. And now there's more lap cars. This is Carlos Sainz again. He really annoyed me on the final few laps in Spain because he wouldn't get out of the way. Is he going to be any different today? Slightly better. I'm almost squeezing him, but I go round the outside at the hairpin. Little bit of contact made with Rosberg there because he's going so slowly. But don't forget, we've only got 7 laps to go in this Grand Prix. So the first part of this Grand Prix has been very slow going. Yellow flags are out. I don't know why, so we couldn't overtake Rosberg if we wanted to. But now you may have noticed in the mini-map that my teammate Daniel Ricciardo has caught back up to the fight. So we now potentially have a four-way fight for the win rather, as Rosberg hit the wall again there. So I'm really putting the German under pressure, forcing him to make mistakes. As we have a quick time lapse going to the swimming pool complex through La Rascasse and back onto the start finish straight. We're still following some cars. Now Hamilton has massively closed up to me because he's quicker on the straights. Rosberg is now going side by side with Marcus Ericsson up the hill. Ericsson refusing to get out of the way, just brake testing me. I'm going to get a couple of warnings there. I better make sure I don't make contact with anyone else, or there'll be a 2-second penalty heading my way into the hairpin again. Rosberg is still going very slowly, but we've still got lap traffic coming up. But on the mini-map you can see the yellow dot is next to all the grey dots. That shows Ricciardo is just there in P4. We've got Massa who spun round here. Rosberg has just tank slapped right into him. So the Brazilian must have had a spin, I don't know, possibly at the end of the hairpin, if that's possible. Now into lap 14, and look at the mini-map. You can see Ricciardo's right behind Hamilton. I got a great exit there. This is the closest I've been to Nico Rosberg. But here comes Lewis Hamilton, the proximity arrow. But he's just too far behind. Thankfully, we're going to run out of straight. I've also picked up a little bit of front wing damage because I accidentally tanked into the wall at the swimming pool chicane off camera. But on the next lap, I'm closer still to Nico Rosberg. But again, the Mercedes has just got that slight edge of straight line speed. It's just 1.1 seconds covering the top 3. And look at the mini-map, Ricciardo's right there as well. So we've got a 4-way fight for victory here. Onto lap 16, Hamilton putting me on all sorts of pressure. He's going to send it down the inside of the Nouvelle chicane. I have to cover him off. I'm just defending for my life here with this front wing damage. Rosberg isn't actually that quick. He's making a few mistakes, which is backing Hamilton and Ricciardo back into me. We've got a couple of laps to go here. Rosberg is just hanging on to this victory by the skin of his teeth. Nico's just quick in all the right places, which is just really benefiting him. Anyway, we've got yellow flags are out again here at this corner as somebody else had a spin. Round the corner we go. Yes, I have the 2 Ferraris. Oh my goodness, the 2 Ferraris have spun and they've held up Rosberg. And that has just gifted me for lead of the race with 2 laps to go. Look at the mini-map. They've all been held up. Hamilton, Ricciardo, Rosberg, they've all been held up by the Ferraris. Vettel and Raikkonen look like they've crashed into each other and both spun round. It's a calamity and the Ferrari master plan well. It's certainly not gone to plan today, but look how slow I am with this front wing damage. Rosberg is still 3 seconds behind me. He's going to have to catch me by 1.5 seconds a lap. But no, the notification lagged my game. And I've just totally lost my front wing. Incredible drama here. With just 2 laps to go with the Monaco Grand Prix. And I am now going to try and do the impossible. Because there's only 2 laps to go. Track position is so important. I could have pitted and rejoined in P4. But I don't want to do that. I want to see if we can hang on for the victory at this Monaco Grand Prix. So we are now driving the Monaco Grand Prix with no front wing in a race with 2 laps to go. We've got to navigate some lap traffic here. Look how slow I am. There's Wehrlein for the second time and Alonso. I'm going to send it on both of them. Alonso tries to go around my outside there, but the lap cars can do me a favour here. Ricciardo's got himself up into P3, but look how slow I am. They've already caught right back up to me. This is just going to be, how good is my defensive driving? This is what is going to win us this Monaco Grand Prix. But actually what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be very clever. I'm going to try and back up the 2 Mercedes so Ricciardo has a chance to overtake Rosberg. And then I'm going to see if Ricciardo can overtake me and win the race. So I'm thinking of the team here, because we're not going to be able to win this race. Because look, I'm just all over the place with no front wing. Look, I just can't control the car. Ricciardo's up into P2 now. So in a way my strategy has worked. There goes Daniel Ricciardo at the inside. And it's now a Red Bull 1-2. We're about to head on to the final lap of this Monaco Grand Prix. Ricciardo is herring away. That's good. Daniel Ricciardo, for now, is going to win this Monaco Grand Prix. But can we bring home this P2 finish and somehow keep the 2 Mercedes behind us, even though I've got no front wing? This is honestly possibly the stupidest thing I've ever done in a race. This is just the craziest ending we've had to a Grand Prix so far in this whole series. But we're doing this. We are actually doing this. We're keeping the Mercedes behind. They're just too slow in the corners, which sounds stupid, but at corners like the hairpin, they're no slower than I am, which is crazy. So anyway, into the tunnel we go. This is where the 2 Mercedes really are going to gain on me, but I've no idea what's happened there. I think somebody might have had a spin, because they're no longer directly behind me on the mini-map. So now, if we can just bring this home, we are going to secure a P2 finish with a fastest lap at Monaco with no front wing. I honestly still can't believe I've actually done this myself. Ricciardo is 8 seconds down the road, and I'll be honest, I never saw this coming at the start of the weekend. He's not scored points so far this season. Daniel Ricciardo wins the 2016 Monaco Grand Prix, and out of the last corner it's going to be a Red Bull 1-2 with no front wing. We're going to take second place at the Monaco Grand Prix and secure a fantastic 1-2 for the team. What an incredible end to that race. Wow, what a race that is. But look at the timing screens. Even Grosjean in P6 was only a couple of seconds behind the Mercedes. Same with Hülkenberg. Double points finish for Haas. Nasser scores the final point for Sauber. Vettel, 1 point from the first 4 races. Raikkonen in the end finishes second last, but of course they both had that spin. Felipe Massa's also having a very disappointing season. The same with Valtteri Bottas. But look at the standings. Vettel, 1 point. That's just insanity. But we are now level on points with Lewis Hamilton at the front of the Drivers' Championship. Rosberg holding P3. Ricciardo goes from something like 20th to 7th with that win. So hopefully that will be the start of his season. Meanwhile, we've closed the gap to Mercedes with that 1-2. And we're massively pulled clear of Force India, who are still ahead of Ferrari, who are massively underperforming this season. What a race, what a result that is for Red Bull Racing. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video today. If you did, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Thank you once again for the crazy support. Can we get to 400 subs by Christmas? That's the question. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and join my Discord. Both links are in the description below. And I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.